We're now going to introduce you to Anna Webb. Anna Webb's brought a friend
sitting
in
on the
here
table
as well. Who have you got with you, Anna?
Oh, Eamon, good morning. Hi. This is Mr. Binks.
Oh, he looks a bit shy.
Mr. Binks.
Mr. Binks, he is a rescue. He's not really shy.
Can I come on and say hello?
Yes, of course you can. No, he loves... Look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, what is Mr. Binks? Have you done a DNA test on him or anything?
No, he's an English toy terrier.
Oh, beautiful dog.
A toy terrier?
Yeah, so he's one of 32 vulnerable British breeds.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I've never seen one before, I have to say.
Mr. Binks.
Mr. Binks. I love that
Oh my
name.
gosh.
Lovely.
He has been in a TV studio before.
So, how are we going to get this this problem, this situation where, you know, people all during the pandemic, they decided, I'd like a dog, and these dogs went to some people who weren't very well suited towards them. Mr. Binks is all the rage, you know, sort of dogs that are small because they cost less to look after, their poos are less, they're less maintenance.
All the rage as well are these scary looking ones. And is it breed related, these attacks?
I don't know. The latest one's a tragedy. The older man in North Wales. I don't think we know what type of dog it actually was. But Eamon, you hit the nail on the head there. You see, you know, with the pandemic,
Love you, Mr. Binks.
You know, huge rise in dog ownership, and I think, you know, a lot of people, you know, have underestimated the commitment that a dog is. You know,
But it's one thing to underestimate the commitment of a dog and perhaps realise you need to do more walks than you meant to do, and it's another thing seeing children being killed. You know, I mean, just horrific. And as a mother, every time I walk anywhere with my children, not only do they go, oh, every time they see a dog, but they want to go, and I feel like a neurotic mother because I'm like, don't approach a dog unless you know it, and always ask the owner first if
Well, you should, and that's really good to do that, most definitely. I think, you know, the problem is, during the pandemic, nobody could really socialise or train their dog as we would if the pandemic...
And you're a behaviourist.
I am, yeah, exactly. So I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to training dogs. So as you can see, Mr. Binks is
very well behaved.
Very well.
Well, he's shivering. He's shivering here. He's a wee bit frightened.
He's a bit overwhelmed, a little bit overwhelmed, but he's okay. But it's good to push dogs' boundaries. I always believe, you know, you need to turn your dog's world into a game based on rules and teamwork, and you've hit the jackpot. But this is what people haven't been doing during the pandemic.
Do you know we're the only animals that don't stretch? We are humans.
What do you mean we don't stretch? I stretch.
Yes, but you don't naturally stretch. They stretch. They wake up and they do it. No one tells them. They don't know to go to yoga classes.
I wake up and I have a good stretch.
Yes, but they do it. It's built into them. Okay. We have to be told.
Well, no, dogs have got everything right. But I think, you know, the thing is as well, you know, people don't understand how to communicate with dogs. So where these tragic situations have happened with the children, boundaries haven't been put in place. Yeah. We all need boundaries. Dogs do especially. Also, messages get lost in translation. Yes, the newspapers smell very good, Mr. Binks. We need to understand how to read what dogs are saying to us. So Mr. Binks is a little bit overwhelmed right now, but he's actually enjoying himself and saying hello to Eamon. But when dogs are yawning at us, for example, many people think your dog's tired, when in fact your dog is actually saying to you, I'm overwhelmed, please remove me from this situation.
Really?
You know, absolutely. Or when dogs are turning their head away from you, they're saying, well, look, it's a bit scary, maybe the baby's crying a bit too loudly for me to deal with at the moment. Oh, the baby's crawling towards me, I don't know what to do, please help me get out of this situation.
Well, this is another child you've got as well in your home.
Well, this is it. Dogs are now family, and we've seen through the pandemic how dogs have helped us through. They've been our gateway to the outdoors. They've been our stress busters. They make us laugh and smile every day. But we need not to let our dogs down. And that's where I really feel that you have to bear in mind your experience with dogs.
Yeah.
You have to choose the right dog for your lifestyle, okay? And you also have to make sure that your dog isn't a puppy farm dog, you know, because a lot of these dogs...
Start me there. Just all you need to know is adopt. don't shop. That's all you need to know. Do
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely. But a lot of these puppies had such a bad start in life, and they can't get over it.
I know.
So new owners are dealing with a difficult dog from the beginning because they haven't had the right upbringing from an early age. We all know babies' brains grow at a rate of knots. Dogs especially do. By the time a dog's 1, they're actually 7 in human years. So, being, bred in dark conditions without fresh water and daylight and, the right stimulus will affect a dog's development, and that can help hinder rather, the relationship between dogs and their owners in the early stages. And, trained dogs are happy dogs. And a staggering fact is that over half of the pandemic puppies that are now young adults running around our parks have no recall in place. So because they haven't had the training opportunities that they would have done if the pandemic hadn't happened. So it's a whole mixed,
of course. And there's also a mix of bad owners as well with these attacks and things we're talking about.
With 10,000 people needing treatment every year, according to new NHS data, don't let your dog be one of the dogs causing those sorts of incidents. Great advice from you,
but also, I think if you're frightened around your dog, it spreads. The dog thinks there's something wrong as well. If you're a timid owner with them, I mean, and all I would just say about if you ever do adopt a dog, the joy, they choose you, you don't choose them, and the joy they will bring into your life just unfathomable, isn't it?
Oh, it is. No, absolutely. Look, man's best friend.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a dog by your side. You're never lonely with a dog by your side, but you can feel very alone in a room full of people, Eamon.
Yes, very true, very true. And all that thing, that great saying, I hope I become the person my dog thinks I am, because they're so loving. Mr. Binks, we got to go.
I know, he's just relaxed as well.
He's just relaxing there. So we'll just let people know again, he is a...
English Toy Terrier.
I'm going to write that down. Lovely. You'd love to meet my Maggie, Mr. Binks. Who was Mr. Binks? Cartoon character?
Oh, do you know what? I think he's somebody from Dickens, and that suits him because he's an old Victorian breed. So I thought, and when he arrived, he had a different name, but I think Mr. Binks suits him because he is very inquisitive.
Yes.
And he appears nervous, but then he settles down very quickly. You are on national telly, Mr. Binks.
Mr. Binks, we've got to go.
Thank you very much.